Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak to all of you who are watching us on PTV World. My name is Omar Khalid, and today instead of doing current affairs, I'm doing an Eid Show. So it also, relieves a lot of burden from my small little brain, because now I can talk a little bit of nonsense and also be casual with my guests. This time I said, why talk the same thing that you do in all the other shows? Let's talk different things to my guests. And I've got a beautiful array of beautiful guests here in my show that belong to different fields. Some fields are common amongst them, but nevertheless, they are people who you have seen talk on many serious issues, but here I'll try to, decipher them on a different level altogether. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are short of time, so we are going to get the maximum out of this. I'll begin with my should I say chief guest, or should I say my very good friend that I've had for more than a decade. She has a lot of responsibility on her head, and she has always performed exceptionally in front of me. Even before she had this, whatever domain she has been given, she's always been at the tops on it. She's a workaholic, she always wants to deliver the best, and is a perfectionist. She is none other than Romina Khurshid Alam. She is currently the Prime Minister's coordinator on climate change. Romina, thank you very much to have joined us. Finally, we get to see each other face to face. What happened was she had to come to one of my shows, but unfortunately her work commitments are such that she has to go to left, right, center, and she has to be at 10 places at the same time. I don't know how you do it, Romina.
Try it. Try hard. But anyways, thank you so very much for inviting me, and you've given such energy and positivity and the joy, because nowadays it's very hard to find good joy gestures, and I think your positive energy has done this, and we're all gonna rock today, I think.
Inshallah.
And I would prefer that I would love to be the friend more rather than the chief guest, because I think for Eid everyone is the chief guest, and most of the
I know.
bakras are most chief guests.
But you won't be sacrificed. I can assure you, you won't be sacrificed today on the altar or any altar whatsoever, because we need you a lot, especially when it comes to climate change. My second guest also, has been a friend since quite some time. She has worked in the development field for a very, very long time, and so I've managed to, talk to her, met her on occasions, have interviewed her on different important topics like the environment, climate change, and so many others. She is a development specialist, expert, and whatnot. So many hats on one demure person. She is none other than Mome Saleem. Mome, thank you very much to have joined us.
Thank you very much, Omar, for inviting.
And Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to everyone.
So of course, you as usual, you're looking your best glamorous self, and it's an Eid show, so we can always dress for the hilt as well. So
thank you very much. I think everybody is
and everybody is equally important to my show. But I had to make a little dig at Romina because I've known her for so long. But Mome, thank you so much to have come by.
I'm feeling a little proud. Thanks God, I'm wearing the collar, so
and an orange collar like that, Romina.
Yes.
Okay, my guest on my right is none other than Dr. Rubia Usman. She's a health expert. She's recently, around a year back, returned from the United Kingdom to Pakistan to serve as a GP, as a health expert, and you also are in the dermal aesthetics, if I'm not wrong. We really need dermal aesthetics, even us anchors. We need to look our freshest, our best, and at our youngest, and that is what these dermal aesthetics are all about. Dr. Rubia, thank you very much to have joined us, and Eid Mubarak.
Thank you so much, and Eid Mubarak to you. I never know why I'm invited to these things, because I'm absolutely nobody, but you've been really kind to have me here, so I'm really proud.
What is this, man?
How? You cannot say that.
You can't say that. I'm somebody.
See, he has given whole prescription and and described you.
Introduction,
and the prescription
and then she says, I'm a nobody. Hey, Romina?
Yeah.
How can that happen?
Fair.
That is not fair at all. My last guest, I sometimes, you know the expression, saving the best for last. But this girl, this little teeny weeny little girl, has been part of our extended family on a personal front since many decades. She's been there for us through thick and thin. She has been part of my younger brother's core group when it comes to theatre, where whenever he has directed a piece, she's always been part and parcel of it, whether as an actor or in helping him with stuff in choreography, in singing. She herself is a wonderful singer, has branched out as one recently, but she's also a wonderfully exceptional actor as well. I hope television gets to see more of her, because we need actors as multi-talented and multifaceted as her, and also singers. Her latest album is available everywhere, on Spotify, on YouTube, on all the major platforms, and has been hailed as a wonderful album because she sings in different languages, including in English and in Urdu. And her voice is melodic, her voice is soothful, is soulful, and is soothing. I was mixing the two things that were. Natasha, Humera, Ejaz. Welcome to my show.
What kind of introduction was that?
And what kind of glamorous attire you are wearing?
You know, it's Eid, ladies. It's Eid.
I'm a gentleman as well. Don't you say you lady and you're including me.
And sorry, yes, it's Eid, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we met just a little while earlier, and Romina asked me, she's like, you don't usually wear clothes like this, do you? That's why everyone's really surprised. And I'm like, yeah, ek hi din aata hai. Saal mein 2 din aata hai.
Either you can do it on marriages or you can do it on Eids. But
Exactly.
Eid is constant, marriages are not that regular. But Eids do happen twice a day, and you look at your glamorous best
Thank
as you
you.
always
Thank
do.
you so
Eid Mubarak,
Thank you.
Natasha.
Eid Mubarak to you too.
So, I mean, Eid is this wonderful, joyous occasion, and we, try to take people out of their, little bubbles and, talk out of the box. But nevertheless, Eid is important, and we have to relate and relegate this show to Eid as well. Romina, a lot of things come to my mind when it comes to Bakra Eid, and that is the sacrifice and what you do with all the hides and everything after that. Already, I don't want to go towards things that are serious, but 2 of our cities have been declared one of the most polluted cities in the world. As an environmentalist, as somebody who's working towards climate change, how important is the responsibility of people when they sacrifice animals on eiduladha also, to be cognizant of the fact that, you have to be also taking care of the hides afterwards. Don't dispose them out in the open. I know that the CDA, for example, in Islamabad really helps out with the hides, but shouldn't it be the responsibility of the common man as well?
Well, thank you very much. I think I have no words to say thanks to you. I'm speechless, because when it started, you just portray in a way that we're not going to talk serious, but I'm so glad, because this is something very, very important. And I believe when it comes to anything, I believe that the small steps can bring a lot of big changes. And when we talk about these issues, of course, I think it's not only the duty of the government or the institutions, it's moreover the duty of ours as well, that if we want to clean our own homes, it's much more important that we should think on a bigger level, and we should dispose the thing in a right and proper way. And for that matter of a fact, all the provinces and in Islamabad as well, as you mentioned about the CDA, so they have all that arrangement. So one need to, it's going to take a little effort, and one can work on that way. So I think it's very much important, because that smell or that unhygienical sort of a situation can bring lots of problems, as we already know that in this on this Eid, we know that we are facing the challenge of the heat wave as well. And then after that heat wave, of course, upcoming is the monsoon, and God forbid the floods as well. So I think it's very much important to look after the small things, which seem small, but they are if you'll see in the larger way, they are very huge, and they bring a lot of impact.
And we need to be responsible citizens, because if you don't take the responsibility, starting from yourself and the people around you,
of course,
you
to guide as well. And Omar, I'll tell you one thing that I don't know how you people are going to take it, but I'm so glad to engage, not with youth, not with the elders. I think mummy, papa don't want to, or they are not in the mood to get changed. But it's so nice to share with you that I'm so glad to engage with the children, with the school-going children. They not only, they love to learn, they love to help. And I would like to bring in your notice that on the environmental day, that day when I got a challenge to come on your show, but thanks God I made it on telephonically. But that it was great. I wanted to share with you and with all the audience who are watching us. It's a great message that the children of the Islamabad public schools, like they're more than and others, like it's in these schools, they have started a strong campaign, and not a campaign, they've started practicing it, that my water, my bottle.
Oh, my water, my bottle.
My
I
bottle,
think it's
yes.
a very good
So
concept.
no plastic bottles, of course. And then can you believe one girl who I would love to share the message with you of that girl. She's a 4-year girl and she is of course a Montessori going young girl, and she said that I don't want to use the plastic because if the fish gonna eat the plastic, she's gonna die, and don't cut the trees because if somebody's gonna cut the tree, they're gonna kill the tree, and I don't want to be the killer, and I want to make the earth sad. So you know, I believe that to engage more with these sort of children, it's more can bring them impact. And when we talk about the responsibilities and we always talk about the rights, you know, and right and responsibility both start with ours. So I think it's more important that when we talk about the right, but before that it comes the responsibility.
I totally agree with you on that. Mome, you know, you've handled many things when it comes to environment, when it comes to climate change. We've discussed many times in the past as well. When it comes to Bakra Eid or any Eid or any such festivity, we see sometimes an irresponsible attitude. Even in normal days, we see people throwing off plastics on the very road when their attitude needs to be a bit more responsible. On occasions such as these, when there's a lot of congregation of people together, especially when there's sacrifice of animals, it's also important that people understand their job. You know, once they sacrifice the animals, it's not just to throw things away or things like that. You have you know, been to or assisted or seen the cops as well on different occasions as well. How do you see Pakistan's role, and do you feel that as citizens of Pakistan, do we understand the role that Pakistan has been playing on the international arena?
I think that's a very pertinent question. And within your question, I would like to unbundle it because I think climate change is one thing, but then there is also environmental protection. And Pakistan, unfortunately, ranks very low on environmental protection index as well. And that means conservation, that means waste management, that means pollution, that means all of those things which nowadays people try to bring under the umbrella of climate change. Climate change is a different topic altogether. Pakistan doesn't have a lot of contribution to that. However, the kind of efforts, and Romina sitting here and the previous government and all the governments have been really trying to dent at the global level the policy and trying to kind of introduce new frameworks, etc. And I think diplomatically, at diplomatic level, we have been very, very strong. However, having said that, we don't have contribution, but of course we need adaptation. By adaptation, what we mean is that of course we don't have that kind of infrastructure, we have disasters, we can't cope with those, but at the end of the day, it boils down to mitigation. I think after Paris, what happened was that all the governments around the world actually came to the conclusion that irrespective, we need adaptation funds, the historic responsibility lies with the developed world, but at the end of the day, we have to mitigate. So which is that developing countries can start afresh. Why? Because we do not have those big infrastructures, and we do not have to kind of undo to or you know, just to get to the front. So I think we can you know, leapfrog that. But I think people at the very local level need to also understand how our actions are contributing to climate change, in contributing to low environmental performance, are, you know, kind of leading us to. And what you mentioned, you know, before that, what Romina was kind of talking about, I think waste management practices, and this is all about civic engagement. And I think skills, life-based skills, which our young people need to be now inculcated. I mean, they be it part of the curriculum.
I think it needs to start from the very beginning, from the kindergarten stage when they are 3, 4, 5-year-olds, so that they grow up with that responsibility in their mind, that how they need to tackle nature and how they need to tackle
I want to tell you this good news to both of you, that I'm almost, and Mome also know that we are in the process, that I've engaged the HEC chairman and the Federal Education Secretary and the Education Ministry, and from the provinces as well. We are trying to bring at least this uniformity in the curriculum about the climate change from the very beginning, because it's very important that everybody should know. And as I've mentioned earlier, because you know, it doesn't matter how much older we are now, like I'm talking about myself. Of course, you all are very young. So
and will remain eternally young.
Oh yes, eternally. Yes, you're
yes.
right. So but still, whatever the lesson, you remember that the teachers in our school, they have taught us. Still, we remember about our KG or kindergarten sides. But and that is what I want, that to bring
that
these things in the practice.
Same message reverberates since the very beginning of schooling of a girl or a boy, so that he or she grows up to understand the importance of and their responsibility as citizens as well. Rubia, being a doctor as a GP, and especially when you look at skin aesthetics with the environmental pollution and all, I'm sure a lot of people come to you that I can't get rid of my face. There are certain spots on my face, and then when you look, you say this is just dirt, nothing else. You just need to wash or clean yourself regularly. What is the advice that you like to give, for example, on this eiduladha or any other day for the women or for the men? What is the basic essential? What is the basic ingredient of a healthy skin?
So what I always tell to people is to be kind to themselves. This is the first thing. What's happening now is that we have very unrealistic expectations of everything. We have to be just perfect. Our hair have to be perfect, our skin has to be perfect, clothes, shoes, kids, home, everything. What's happening to around us is, because of that perfection, that standard that we've set for ourselves, we're really struggling to meet them. And then it really spirals from there. If you think about it, mental health gets affected because I don't look my best, so obviously I don't feel my best, and I'm not having a good time. So first of all, just be kind to yourself. You live in a really harsh environment. Our temperatures this week are expected to be 43 degrees. I don't even remember living in 43 degree weather before. So
you'll get used
47.
to it. 47.
My dear, 47.
Well, there you go. So the point that I'm trying to make is that with such harsh sun beating down on your head, and you will have to get out of the house, you have to go to work, you have to socialize, you have to do everything. Be kind to yourself. Your skin might not look its best. Hide it, camouflage it. It is a lot about filters these days. So you have to remember that what you see is not exactly what's happening in real life. So hamare dimag mein hota, we think that everybody looks just perfect on TV, so hence we should look perfect as well. And that's, I think, really harsh. So first of all, be kind. And second of all, look after your inner health. What people forget is what is seen is what's happening inside. If you're not drinking enough water, if you're not having a healthy diet, if you're not sleeping 6 to 8 hours a day,
if you're not happy within,
if you're not happy, you're not going to look your best. So I think my message is always that my consultations end up being so long because they start from like, my skin has a zit, and they end at like, are you exercising? What time do you go to sleep? What time do you wake up? What time do you eat? And then they're like, well, what does that have to do with it? That is the thing that has everything to do with it.
Means a lot.
That's the thing. So, so look after your basic health, look after your basic self, be kind, be gentle, you're doing awesome. Tell yourself that, be positive, and it will really look good.
All right, Natasha, when it comes to you, being a singer, being an actor, there's a lot of pressure, especially on social media, from people to, and sometimes you have that to look your best. You might be under a lot of pressure to deliver on music or on your album, or to, do X, Y, Z at the same time, because you also wear multiple hats, and then of course you're a very responsible part of your family as well. So you take care of those around you, your friends and family as well. So juggling that responsibility in an age where social media is predominantly there for all artists such as yourself, and is that avenue through which people get to know you and your music and the work that you do. How much of a pressure is does that put on you on normal days or otherwise as well?
So, I mean, it started with considerable pressure only because social media also got introduced midway of my music career, right? So when I started working at PTV when I was 7 years old as a child singer, and it was around the age of 19, 20, or maybe a little older. I think 22 was, when I was 22 when my first song was coming out, and at that time, social media wasn't what it is right now. Maybe we had Orkut, maybe we had a little bit of Facebook, and we had YouTube. And I remember that versus what it's become today has been a learning curve for anyone involved, and I think other influencers and industry professionals will feel the same way. So, I mean, it was complicated in the beginning because I felt like there was a race, and I'll never be able to catch up because the things are changing so fast, and what do people want to see? And I think one of the ways I really kind of navigated that for myself was I worked really hard to make my social media presence as authentic as possible. That includes my 3-month breaks. that I
When
need
you're
to,
completely off social
like if
media.
I need to take a break for my whatever reason, like I'm not working as much, I'm not doing as many shows. Sometimes I only teach. Sometimes I'm only, so if that is happening, then I allow my social media to reflect that. Instead of waking up every day and pretending that I have this like fancy glamorous life happening on the side, but actually I'm just doing classes online, like, you know. Then when I'm doing the classes online, that's what you're seeing. When I'm doing the glamorous life, that's what you're seeing. I just started trying to get it to breathe with me in my life. I'm a sans lady.
It's more organic that way as well.
Yeah, you know, these days I'm into Rubik's Cubes. I've become a cuber.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Okay.
Just got myself a 6x6x6.
Oh.
So,
Wow, cool.
so these days my social media, like my stories is just reflecting that. And I just feel like it's easier for me to keep up with that because at least I know that what I'm offering people is what I can
You
keep
can actually do.
delivering.
That's good.
What I can deliver. Like I would hate to show up as a person or a character or as a any kind of like entity that मैं सुबह उठ के नहीं कर सकती वो. Like I'm not, I don't
That
wake
is
up
true.
looking perfect, you know, and I also don't stay in bed and put makeup on before I put my first shot. Like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah,
but
they do.
anyways,
Yeah,
let's not go-
Take
let's
a
not
picture
go-
like
let's
I'm
not go,
sleeping
let's not
and
go there. Natasha, I'm going to put you in a tight spot. Could you sing a few verses from any of your
That would be
songs?
lovely.
Because a lot of people here, including these three
Yeah.
guests, don't know your music, and I'm sure they are going to
No,
go
we
back.
know. Come
and-
on.
No, and she was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay.
He's trying to tell me that I'm so old that I don't know.
No, 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 no. There are a lot
I'm
of people who don't
taking.
know her.
I'm just kidding.
Because a lot of singers, even I don't know, you know.
I'm just
She I know
kidding.
because she's
we
my-
know
like
that.
my family.
Please go on. That shows that you're not on social
This
media.
one's called Soye Nahi.
Okay.
Oh. ये तो फिर मुझे सुनना चाहिए.
इसमें शुरुआत में रविंद्र संगीत है.
अच्छा.
So I'm going to butcher some language that is not mine. I'm very sorry. পুরানো সে দিনের কথা ভুলবি কি রে হায় ও সে চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা সে কি ভোলা যায় सोए नहीं जागे नहीं खोए नहीं भागे नहीं दिल के पिंजरे की मेरे पास चाबी नहीं की होंगी बातें कई काटी होंगी रातें कई फिर भी पिंजरे की मेरे पास चाबी नहीं जो है तेरा रहे तेरा जो है मेरा वो सब है तेरा.
Thank you.
It's so soothing. It's so soothing.
Chose the worst key, but hey, I sang super low today. That's a win. That's a win. You've never heard this
No, I've
tone in
never
my
have.
voice
No, no, no.
before, have you?
I've seen that song and I've heard
It's
that
a
song
and
live
the
as
lyrics
well
are-
in a very different tone altogether.
The outfit.
Rhodes.
I say
Amazing.
the outfit.
Amazing.
The outfit
It's
is
no
really
she
The
has
outfit
these
is amazing.
wonderful lyrics, not only in Urdu but also in English. You need to listen to her music,
Yes,
and it has such a variety of emotions that she takes out through. Because and that is thing what a musician
I
have
think
to do.
seeing is believing, and you've done amazing.
Okay.
Honestly.
Let's go to a game
And,
very
but
quickly.
I wanted to request, please.
Sure. Chale.
As you're an amazing person, I would really request that if you can come up with something for the climate, you know,
Yeah,
that would
I was
be
going to
great,
say that.
please.
Yeah.
Environment
And just take an
Mhm.
inspiration, how the glaciers are melting and how it merged and how it's like, you know.
You see,
I
I
think you have
connect.
the
You
time.
planted
I connect
yes,
my
you
guests.
connected.
You
And
have
please
planted
do.
a
So
seed.
I would love to have
Oh
you.
my God, what a lovely
in the-
idea.
and we would love to
Absolutely,
have you with us as being, you know, someone who's an ambassador for the in the music for the climate.
All right. So we are going to do this very, very quickly so that I can get the maximum out of my wonderful, wonderful guests. True or false game?
Oh
all
my
right?
God.
I'll give you a statement, you tell me whether it's true or false, and I'll give you another statement and so on, you know.
Okay.
Here are 17 true and false questions. I begin with you. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. True or false?
No, of course, false.
Oh my God, these are real questions.
The
like
Great Wall of
intellectual
China is
questions.
not visible from space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
got
said
it
right,
right.
Oh, wow.
I would have
Clapping.
got
I
false.
was gonna say
Yes.
Needu
I
to
was
dabba
gonna
mera
say
hua.
that.
What am I going to get?
All our
Tell
life
me
has
what
been
I'm going to get
No,
in
I'm just
there.
going to stop here. All our
A
life
lot
has been a lie.
of
Yeah.
regards from all of us.
No. All our life has been an absolute lie because
Right.
we have been told we can see from space.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
yes, fine.
I would
Okay.
believe
Yes,
it.
we can see from
So
space.
you know, now you stand corrected. Mome, the human nose can detect over 1 trillion different scents. Is it true or false?
Sorry, could you repeat it again?
Can the human nose detect over 1 trillion different scents? Is it true or false?
True.
She got it right as
Yay,
well.
go.
Yay.
Oh, but they're so tough questions. You
These are
told
really
us
tough
before
questions.
that
I'm
we should
sorry.
come up.
Out of
Oh,
syllabus.
come on.
again.
You said everything right.
Out of
Rubia,
syllabus.
So there's
What if
nothing
we're
wrong
gonna
in that.
come
Okay,
wrong?
Rubia. Butterflies taste with their feet.
Yes.
True or false?
Oh,
Yes.
that's
She's
Butterflies
right.
what?
Taste with your feet.
Taste with
It
their
is, yes.
feet. Yes, yes.
Now you. Okay, Tasha. A
Yes.
group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. True or false?
God.
I want that to be true.
Is
I
it true
hope
or
they
false?
I want it so badly to be true, so I'm going to say true.
It is true.
Very good. So far,
Okay.
the girls are going good.
Okay.
Four
But
out of
as
four.
there is no gift, so okay, it's okay. We
There's
can
no
see.
hamper.
Koi baat nahi.
You
the
never
fact is
know.
that
Yeah.
the good
No, I
sentiments
know.
emanating.
You
from
never
the-
know,
hamper
Omar has
the
a surprise
I need to
somewhere.
have it. At least we should have
One
to have
hamper.
Post show.
Eid.
Post show. Okay, post show.
Eid.
Hey, Eid. What? Oh, you should be giving Eid, na?
Oh,
Ah.
means he's trying to tell me
No,
that
so
I'm
I'll
so
give a free
No.
gift.
Oh my
Free gift to
God.
the winner. Free carbon.
Okay,
Free carbon
okay.
filtration.
Romina, the longest word in the English language has 45 letters. Is it true or false? The longest word in the English language has 45 letters. Is
Yes,
this
I think it's true. I
It
heard
is
it.
true?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
read
it
it.
is true. I don't know.
I just knew that German language has as long words
Words.
as
And
3-4 pages, but I didn't know
No,
if there's
no.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
English language has a 45
It is,
letter.
because
Thank God we're
remember
not German
long
then.
back we had this question before, and I remember it's somewhere in my mind.
But
the
what
word,
word is it?
I'll
check
give you
with
tell
the
it.
yeah.
Okay,
after
yeah,
show
you'll have
because
to
I-
break
it's
it
difficult
into
for me to
syllables.
pronounce
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
No, no,
and I don't want
check
to make
from
a
the
mistake.
chat GPT. Tell her, Meta, do find for us. Okay.
The benefits of AI. Mommy.
Okay.
The human brain uses 20% of the body's energy. Is it true or false? Human brain uses 20% of the body's energy. Is this true or false?
That's false.
It's true.
Okay.
You got your first thing wrong. But it does use 20% of the
Because,
body's energy. Rubia, the highest mountain in the solar system is on Mars. Is that true?
I want
or
to say
not?
true.
Yes, it is true. Tasha, the longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. Is this true or false? Longest recorded flight of a chicken. You know? What an
I have
interesting
witnessed
question.
7 or
What
8.
an interesting
I
question.
witnessed 7 or 8
Guys,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken.
I want
13.
that to be true.
It is true.
Okay. That's good.
We
Smart.
should
now we know
we
the
should
trick.
insert
I
our
wanted
answer.
that
We
to
should
be
insert
true.
that flight video of the chicken.
I want to
Okay.
see
Okay.
this
So, but
video.
except for one,
Huh.
all of these were true. So, should we follow true?
No. Never follow
true,
trends.
true, true.
Never
No,
follow
no,
trends.
I'm just-
Be
Summit can-
See, I
yourself.
tried to break it.
I think.
Break
Is
the
it
mold
Eid
as you have in the
Tarude
past.
or tell me, is it Eid Tarude?
Okay, last round, Romina. The longest recorded flight of. Oh no, this I've done
Okay.
with you,
Okay.
Tasha.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Great Barrier Reef is the largest living structure on Earth. Is this true or false? The Great Barrier Reef. Is this the largest living structure on Earth?
True.
Yes, it is true.
Yes.
Okay, I need to go to something that's false, you know.
So, now you're telling me the answer.
Okay, okay.
Be ready.
The human eye can distinguish between 10 million different colors. Is this true or false?
That's true.
It is true. Rubia, the longest recorded duration without sleep has been 264.4 days. Is this true or false?
I want to say false, but I feel like I'll be wrong. But I false. That
Yes,
can't be
the
possible.
truth is that the longest duration without sleep has been approximately 264.4 hours.
Hours.
Not
That
days.
sounds more
Yeah.
appropriate.
Not
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Huh. We all heave a sigh
Yeah,
of
you
relief,
jila
don't
दो,
we?
medicine की
Okay.
degree जला दो.
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. Natasha, the human
No,
heart
no,
beats.
not jalaufying, please.
No jalaufying, sorry.
Because so it can be so much
Not good for the
pollution.
environment.
Especially in our environment, we have to be careful.
no,
Natasha,
yes.
the human heart beats over 3 billion times in a lifetime. Is this true
Like this.
or false?
Like this.
Like
Duck, duck,
duck,
duck, duck.
Lifetime. What do
Probably
you mean by
true.
lifetime?
Huh? True.
True, yeah.
Yes, it is
So
true.
is it over?
Yes, it's over. So we don't. So I think
Yay!
apart from
Now you can
No,
relax.
it's okay. It's
apart
okay.
from two falses, the rest were all true. I think this is what they try to kind of try to make it.
So it's
Okay, so that it's time to end this part of the
Aw,
show.
okay.
It
Any
has
other
been
part?
short but sweet, hasn't
it's
it been?
very
Especially
beautiful.
because of the
Lovely.
participation of
It's-
all
it's-
all
so
four
much
of
for
you,
having us.
who I consider to be very important people in
Thank
their
you.
respective
Aw.
domains, and you all know that because you work
अब
diligently.
क्या
in your
रुलाओगे
respective-
भैया?
नहीं नहीं हम आपको नहीं
You're gonna
रुलाएंगे.
give us the
No,
tears.
no tears. Tears for fears.
Tears for smile, tear for love, tear of joy.
Tears of joy. Oh, that's always welcome. The tears
Yeah.
of joy, you know, as you see when you meet your loved ones after
Yeah.
ages. And
But I just wanted to say thanks because I believe in such a lightly way, the way you have talked about the climate change. I'm really thankful to all of you, and yes, and wish you all the good luck, Kuri.
okay, so I'd like to thank all of you, starting from
Really?
you, Romina,
Okay.
that finally we got to see each other face to face on a professional front,
Yeah.
and in my show. Mome, it's always a pleasure, and you know that very well.
And Omar, thank you very much. You
No, no, no.
always pick up important issues, and
No,
I
no, no.
think credit
I always
goes
try
to you,
to
which
mix
is very
the
good.
casual
Yeah.
with the important, with the formal, because
And you know how to tackle the things.
that experience does you do, and you both know that very well. Experience teaches you a lot of sanity and a lot of responsibility as well. And thank you very much, Rubia. This was our first interaction. I hope
Yeah.
it will be a first of many. And Natasha, we'll
As
continue to
always.
have our interactions on a personal level, on a professional level. And I wish all four of you the best. But I'd like to, end this segment with a little rendition of
Request.
some other song that you could give us,
Oh, yeah.
Natasha. I
Yes,
know
yes,
you
Yay.
Yes, yes.
Woohoo!
That's a treat.
that
This
that
is-
is a treat.
Yes.
And
How did you
Very
say?
little.
Soulful
Okay.
and soothing.
Oh,
See,
you know, she always.
Speaking of, so this is a song called Hire Moti,
Huh.
and I wrote this song as like a gentle fight against patriarchy.
Oh,
wow.
So it only has 2 sets of lyrics, and if you hear the
Very nice.
original, it's like it's got a
Wow.
lot happening. But I'm on a guitar right now, so I'm just gonna do
Okay.
4 lines.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, where do we start? So I try that every time I say goodbye, you would notice I was there in the first place. God knows all those little things that made me cry. Did you notice I was there in the first place? Namangu me hire moti jana. Namangu me hire moti jana. Namangu me hire moti jana. Namangu me. Namangu me. Not asking for much, guys.
Oh, thank you. You know, that is what I love about her. That is what I love about her music. It's soulful, but at the same time, it has a lot of meaning to it as well.
Yeah.
I would end by saying Eid Mubarak to all of you. I wish
Thank
your
you.
Eid continues to be as bright, as wonderful, as exuberant as you people are yourselves, and all the good work that you are doing, not only for your different organizations, for the people around you, but for our country as well in different fields. I wish you all the very best.
Thank
And ladies and gentlemen, we have lots more to come. After this segment ends, there is going to be another one with different other guests, so stay tuned. But I'd like to end this segment with a collective Eid Mubarak! See you very soon.